is the Jaguar E-Pace, and no, it's not that electric one that everyone's talking about, that's the I-Pace. This compact SUV, despite the name, is actually powered by a good old-fashioned internal combustion engine. It's also the baby of the Jaguar range, or the cub if you like, because Jaguar. Was that very obvious? Okay, let's have a look around. In terms of boot space, it's right up there with its premium rivals with a very generous load capacity. It's also very practical in that it's got a nice flat floor with no load lip and lots of other handy features like nets, hooks, tether points and a 12-volt charging socket. If you ever need to carry any longer items, you can pop the back seats down like so, and they fold nice and flat when you do. Space in the back is pretty typical for the class in that you've got decent leg and headroom, but as with most of its rivals, it is better suited to 2 back here than it is 3 because of this quite large transmission tunnel in the middle. The good news is though, when you do only have 2 back here, they're going to be very comfortable with a pull down centre armrest complete with cup holders and not 1, not 2, but 3 USB charging ports in the back to charge all of their different devices. They'll also have plenty of places to store them with these handy door pockets and massive door bins. I'm a little bit confused as to how I feel about this cabin. I do really like the sporty wraparound feel and that this centre console is angled towards the driver. But looks wise, I can't decide if it's tastefully minimalist or a little bit on the bland side. What I can say at the very least is that it is very well thought out and easy to make your way around. There's a nice ratio of physical buttons and dials to touchscreen, and the aircon dials in particular have a really nice quality premium feel, as do most of the materials in the cabin, although you will find a little bit of scratch if you go looking for it. There are tons of storage areas in here and they're all quite generously sized too, from this large glove box to more massive door bins and this central storage unit. You've got a couple of hidden cup holders here. You can actually take this part out altogether, and it is very, very generous when it comes to USB ports with 2 more hidden inside here, bringing the total number in the car to 5. So you'll never be short of somewhere to charge your phone. All models get a 10-inch touchscreen as standard, although you can get a larger 12-inch display on the top spec model. It's quite an easy system to operate, even if the graphics are a little bit lacking in comparison to the likes of the Volvo XC40 or the German premium brands. But it is quite quick and responsive, and I love that it's got a nice matte finish, which means that there's no grubby fingerprints to worry about. And that is something that drives me mad on other cars. Other standard features include dual zone climate control, parking sensors, a reversing camera, push button start and cruise control. On the outside then you'll get 17-inch alloy wheels and LED head and taillights, though you can upgrade the styling with a sporty or dynamic pack. You can upgrade to the S for 18-inch alloy wheels, sat-nav and 10-way adjustable heated leather seats. Then there's the SE for 19-inch wheels, a Meridian sound system, a powered tailgate, 14-way adjustable memory seats and a 360-degree around view parking system. At the top of the range then is the HSE, which adds, you've guessed it, 20-inch wheels, keyless entry, a portable Wi-Fi hotspot, 18-way adjustment in the driver's seat, and a raft of extra driver assisting safety features to help make the drive as effortless as possible. This test car is powered by the mid-range 180 PS diesel, which comes equipped with 4-wheel drive and a 9-speed automatic transmission. It's definitely one of the wiser choices when it comes to fuel economy and running costs, but I'm not sure it's the most refined choice for this setup, in that I just find it a little bit noisier than what you might expect from a premium package, which can in turn make it sound a little bit laboured in certain circumstances, even if it doesn't feel it, because the power, in fairness, is there and the uptake is very quick. Could just do with being a little bit quieter, a little bit smoother. That said, it does excel in other circumstances, like when you get up to cruising speed on the motorway, for example. That's when you'll find everything settles down, and I think it's at its most comfortable. It's also where you will get the best out of the fuel economy, although, again, because it is quite a big and heavy car and 4-wheel drive, those figures still won't be amazing at about 7.5 litres per 100 kilometres under the new WLTP testing. In In slightly better news, the handling is actually very good. Now the suspension is definitely on the firmer end of the spectrum, but I think in the best possible way, in that it takes just enough jolt out of a lump or bump in the road without ever crossing that line into bouncy, which so many other SUVs tend to do. It also means it holds the road very well and there's very little roll on corners. You've also got a really nicely weighted feel to the steering, and I think with a slightly more refined engine, this would actually be really good fun to drive. Now the good news is there are other options in the higher powered D240 and a couple of very punchy petrol options, ranging in power output between 200 and 300 PS. And to be honest, that is definitely where I would be looking, even if it meant sacrificing on a few frills inside. The E-Pace is stylish and practical and has the potential to be very good to drive. It's also crucially got the type of curb appeal that is very hard to put a price on. But they have anyway, and it might not be a big surprise, but it's not cheap. Prices start at €38,500, although this S model with a few options comes in at closer to €58,000. It's certainly an interesting alternative to the usual German suspects, but does it have what it takes to take on the equally understated appeal of the Volvo XC40? Let us know what you think in the comment section below, like and share if you enjoyed the video, and join us back here next week where we will be reviewing another of its premium rivals in the new Lexus UX.